Everybody doing? My name's Tommy, and this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. This video is a brief pro-con, brief walk-around, brief review of the Masterbuilt Gravity 5/6. Alrighty, as we get moving on this review of the Masterbuilt 5/60, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get all my Masterbuilt uploads. And let me also remind you, this is a my thought video, okay? This is my thought on this cooker. Your thoughts may be different, and that's fine. We can definitely discuss that down in the description. But again, this is just some annoyances about this cooker that bother me, and they may not bother you, right? So listen, enjoy. Keep in mind, this is my opinion, and my opinion only. Your opinion may be different than mine, of course. Alrighty, so listen, what I want to do is take a look at all what I feel is the pros and cons of this video, of this pros and cons of this grill. Alrighty, and the first thing I want to do is start up with this hopper right here. Obviously, as a lot of people have reported, one of the major cons on this grill right here is this lid here. Okay, you're gonna get paint, it's gonna peel. That's completely normal. I don't believe there's a fix. A lot of people do put tin foil here. You know, I don't see a problem in doing that. As you can tell, I'm not doing that, but you know, look, that's up to you. I want to take you in here for a better look at the paint bubbling up. This is a new lid, so it's not the lid that I got with the grill. Another con I feel on this grill is these little latches here. This lid right here is held on with very small rivets, and what happens is I went to latch it too tight, and it just ripped this rivet right off. You know, even this, it feels almost too tight. It's not, but it's close. You do want to get a tight seal in there, though. So, you know, what's too tight is what's not too tight is really just a guess. Okay, another little negative. I find that this gasket right here has a habit of sticking. All right, so I don't know if over time this gasket is going to start to disintegrate and come apart. So also keep that in mind. You know, now look, as we move down here to this box, one of the things that I would like to see improved, again, you got the gasket here. One of the things I would like to see improved is the way you start this grill. Now, unfortunately, I lost all my live sound, so I'll have to pick up on the narration of what I was talking about. In this one part right here, I would like to see them develop something like the Weber with a small propane tank like the Weber Performer. And instead of putting those light things in there and lighting it with the torch, I would like to see some sort of automatic ignition system, kind of like I said, like the Weber Performer uses, right? Little tank in the back, turn it on, turn the gas on, and hit the button, and a little flame comes up under the charcoal and lights it, right? That would be a good addition, of course. Now, another little con that I feel with this grill is I like to clean all my grills after 1 or 2 uses, and the Pit Boss, for example, breaks down to clean it. 1, 2, 3, I can get inside the box, I can get into where the pellets are. It takes me about 10 minutes to clean it. On this setup here, that heat shield, it's held on by 2 screws. Okay, the 2 screws get gummed up. I'm going to take you in there a little bit closer, and you actually have to move it forward, okay, and kind of pull up, and it's a real pain in the ass. You know, sometimes it takes me 4 or 5 minutes just to get this thing out after it greases up. And the 2 screws are right there. You got to move it forward and then pull up as you're moving forward. And yes, I definitely understand there is a bottom tray assembly that you can slide out, okay, to get by that, to get under the heat manifold there. But I like to get that heat manifold out because it does get filled up with, you know, all kinds of dust and debris and maybe some charcoal dust and so forth. So I like to get that heat manifold thing out and get it cleaned. And also the bottom tray assembly pulls out from the back. I mean, that doesn't make too much sense. It should pull out from the front for easier cleaning. I'm going to take you in for a closer look, and there's where you can see where the 2 screws go, and then you move it forward and it engages in that little slot. Like I said, that does get greased up. You can see the grease sitting there from the heat and that. That's a bit of a pain. I think that, like I said, I think a better design would definitely help the breakdown of the grill, because like I said, you want to get in there and you want to clean this thing after at least 2 cooks at the most, and you know, that certainly would help. Now, I did have a viewer ask me if it can kick back, if the fire can kind of kick back, and I just wanted to get a look in the side. That seems to be pretty good design-wise. Let's go back in. Let's take a look back in there. So you could see the flame comes in there and shoots out. You know, you do have kind of gates there, so that'll keep the coals out of there. The flame goes across in there and the oil drips down. I think that's a pretty good design. And like I said, once you remove that whole flame plate thing there, it's easy to clean the box, of course. All right, now staying inside the box, okay, so a negative for me is these cast iron grates, okay? While some people may like them, I had a bad time with them with my Weber grills over the years. If you don't maintain them properly, they're just gonna rust up, okay? I prefer stainless steel over the cast iron, and you know, so I would like to see that being offered anyway. I know the Webers back in the day used to offer a stainless steel version that you could buy from them. Okay, so I would like to see that as a option down the road, right? They're just easier to maintain, easier to clean, and like I said, with the cast iron, if the grill sits for a couple weeks and you don't use it, they're gonna rust. Okay, unless you're you know, better at it than I am. They always rusted on me. You know, still usable, but still rust anyway. So I would like to see a stainless steel version for sure. Now, real quick, just staying on there, another thing where that whole burn plate sits and the stainless steel grates only sit about 3 inches above, okay? They heat up unbelievable. So if you put, like you see my roll test or the brisket or some of the cooks I've done, you know, stuff's going to burn, stuff's going to overcook. That second shelf is about 7 inches away from the heat source. Is to me is a great spot to, you know, a great spot to cook, and you can easily fit a full packer 14-pound brisket up there. And like I said, you're 7 inches or so away from the heat source. So that's definitely an option. That's one I learned, you know, 3, 4, 5 cooks in. So that's owners of this grill should definitely look at that second shelf as a cooking location for any long cooks or any hot cooks, of course. Now, if you're doing burgers or something, you may want them on that bottom shelf. So just keep that in mind. Maybe the stainless steel would be a better option. Maybe it wouldn't heat up as much as the cast iron. So that's you know, something to keep in mind. Alrighty, so let's move away from there and let's look at the control panel. It's a good control panel. Right, it's very easy to use right out of the box. It's easy to use, but I will tell you, the app is a total waste. just doesn't work. It's too hard to connect. It disconnects all the time. It's just not ready for prime time for sure. I use my trusty Weber iGrill 2. I've not really tried to dial in the probes, so keep that in mind. Now the Masterbuilt only comes with one probe. I think that's a bad job by Masterbuilt. $500 grill. Probes probably cost you $5-10, if that. Give a second probe. Okay, people need two probes. They may want to probe the meat and probe the grill temperature. So that's not a good job by Masterbuilt. And now, as far as the probe, the temperature set, well, that's fairly straightforward. You hit the temp right there, and this thing moves in 5-degree increments, which is a nice job by Masterbuilt. I think my Pit Boss is at 25 degrees increments, which is totally ridiculous. So first what you're going to do is you're going to turn the grill on, then you're going to hit that little temperature picture, and then you'll set your grill. Now you don't have to press the button again to set the temp, which I was doing. A viewer pointed that out to me, so that's a nice job. So again, hit that, set your temp, and you're done. You do not have to hit that. Do not have to hit that. So bang, bang, done. Nice job. And now real quick before we get out of this, 0 to 700 degrees in 13 minutes is about right. I mean, this thing gets the temperature and gets the temperature fast. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Let me jump back to the hopper for a minute here, and I just want to take you in for a closer look, and I want to point something out to you. Alrighty, listen, that's inside the hopper. Is there any way to clean in there? Do you have to clean in there? The manual says nothing about cleaning in there, but I would think that's going to gum up if you get some liquid, moisture in there. It's got to get all kinds of stinky. I know when I did my my Weber grills, my kettles, I would clean it. I would clean the barrel. I would clean the bottom, right? I don't know how you clean in there. Do you just scrape it down? Do you have to clean in there? Leave a message, leave something down in the description how you feel about that. Is there a way that you do clean in there, or do you not even have to clean in there? Does the heat just kind of take care of it itself? Like I said, let me know down in the description. Okay, so here was the biggest problem that I was talking about in some of my cooks, and I believe I have solved it. Okay, I believe I have solved it. I've got grease dripping through this crack, through the box, and down the leg, and onto my deck. Okay, that is a major no for me. I am about ready to redo my deck, repaint my deck, so I'll have to get this solved, and I believe I have solved it. But before I get into the way I've solved it, let me know down in the description, has this happened to any of you, right? Have any of you had any type of grease coming down the leg? And there you go. As you can see, okay, I'll get you in a little bit closer. My deck bends, or well, my deck is crooked, right? It comes down that way, and the grill actually is about 3/4 inches slanted that way and to the front. So my theory here is because the grill is pushed forward and down 3/4 of an inch, and you'll see right here, I'm going to put the level to give you a thing. So, all right, we're about level right there. Okay, so what's happening, I believe, is the oil is just, the grease is just spilling to that corner, right? Let me know down in the description, has anyone had any sort of grease leak down the leg? And like I said, or I think I said, I did check the models at Home Depot that are set up on the floor, and this one is put together right. So it's definitely not a construction put together type of deal. So I have to think it's the leaning of the deck, of course. So listen, for some reason my microphone that I was using for this video has reconnected to the camera. So what I'm going to do now is take this back in live for my final thoughts on this grill. You know, look, this grill is a winner. You know, this grill is 95 out of 100. You know, I love just about everything about this grill. You know, the things that I don't like, I would like to see changed for my own sake. Maybe not yours. You know, I had one viewer loves the cast iron skillet, the cast iron grates. You know, I'm not a fan. But this grill is a buy, a 100% buy. Now, a lot of people have asked me, pellet grill versus this. You know, it depends on your family. It depends on what you're looking for. If you want an all-in-one with the flat top where you can do burgers or cook vegetables, and then you got the smoker, but you can grill. You know, I could tell you on the Pit Boss, the flame to sear is a little bit better than the Masterbuilt. So, you know, if you go to my prime rib video that I did on the Casey combo, you know, that grill sears probably better than the Masterbuilt. Sure, this thing gets hot, but you know, so that's a pro for the pellet for sure. 560 is an awesome grill. You know, it is a 95 out of 100. You know, this grill is a major buy at $4.99. I think it's a steal. That said, you know, I don't know if it's gonna, if it can last 2 years. You know, I don't know what's gonna break down on it. If you look at this here, and I've only had this grill for a couple weeks. Not sure if you could see that, but that looks like some rust already to me. Okay, so, you know, does that become a problem in a year from now? Does this whole thing rust out? Will the company, you know, sell those separate? You know, I just don't know. You know, but in closing, if you got 500 bucks, this is a major go. This is a major buy. If you like charcoal and temperature control, this is a major go. Okay, this is a major buy. If you go back and look at my 4 or 5 last cooks I did, they were fun cooks, man. I had a lot of fun cooking on this thing. And, you know, like I said, whether I keep this, go to the 1050, I'm definitely going to stick with this technology. Because to me, again, there's nothing better than rolling smoke at 6 a.m. And my pit buddies out there know exactly what I'm talking about. And you just don't get that from a pellet grill. Just don't get that from a pellet grill. You know, and that's it. You know, I'm going to close out again. I don't want this to think that this was a major con on this Masterbuilt 560, because it's not. I love this grill. There's things I would like to see changed on this grill, and you know, hopefully the company is working on that, because the technology is kind of new. Alrighty, and that's it for this one. And down in the description, if any of these things bother you, or even if any of these things don't bother you, let me know down in the description. Let me know how you feel. And until next time, we shall see you soon.